Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 1/11, 2023. I love the sound of that. I don't know what it is. Well, I hope everybody had a good New Year's. Welcome to 2023. Same shit, different year. Obviously, we've got a president who's completely incompetent, who doesn't know what's going on. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, he likes to go to the Oval Office and just sign bills that he doesn't know what he's signing, while his wife, Jill, hands him a pill or something so he can relax or stay up or have just enough time to sign a signature on a piece of paper before he goes back to sleep. I told you there's wonderful nursing homes we have for you. I'll take you over there anytime you want, free of charge. Well, actually, no. We'll be using government money, which is taxpayers' money. So actually, in a sense, I'll be paying for it. That makes sense. I hope everybody from California is okay. If I have any subs that are out there, I wish you well. Okay? You were just hit with a storm out there of biblical proportions. Now, not NASA. Now, of course, the media is up to, no good, because they show the worst of the worst, and they're not going to show you areas that haven't been affected to it. And they do that here in New York, too. Like, I live in a low-level area, which is unfortunately prone to flooding on any hurricane or anything like that. Remember that picture that I posted a couple of years ago? I believe that was Hurricane Sandy. I'm not 100% sure, but that was when the water was all the way up to the street sign. Yeah. Well, if you travel 15 minutes up north, it would have looked like nothing happened. Okay. So if you just film the area that I'm in, it looks like a disaster in New York. See where I'm going with this? You see what I'm explaining? So I don't know what I'm really looking at when I'm looking at Santa Barbara. You know, the fucked up thing about it is, which is ironic, is I used to go to Santa Barbara once a year because I had family out there. But I don't know exactly where in Santa Barbara these videos were taken from, but I'm seeing like 16 feet of walls of water coming through the town and cars, of course. Dude, guys, you knew about this for weeks. For weeks they were talking about this. I mean, I was watching the radar, and it did. It looked like a fucking wave came up from the ocean and dumped over to California. Welcome to shitty weather, Cali. New York gets it every fucking year. Anyway, I'll be getting into that, but I want to focus in right now on this spinning of the Earth. Remember, which is approximately 1,000 miles per hour from west to east. Okay, so if you look at it in the terms of storms coming from the west and going to the east, okay, and we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. All right. So the storm is traveling from California to New York at, let's give it a mile per hour of about 45. Okay, let's be nice. We'll say it's traveling at 45 miles per hour against the spinach of Earth. Okay. All right, see, now we have a problem here, because it takes me from a plane to get to California about three and a half hours, somewhere around there. And a storm coming in, and the plane is traveling at, 600 miles per hour, 650, depending if you get that crosswind or whatever the fuck they call it up there. So if you go and you put 45 miles per hour going toward New York against 1,000 miles per hour, so really this storm is traveling at 1,450 miles per hour. I mean, 1,045 miles per hour, okay? Against the spin of Earth. You see, I'm even trying to figure this out right now as I say it to you, to try to explain it. It doesn't make any sense. But we're still spinning. So that storm is moving at that great speed in order to catch up to the spin and go faster than the spin of the Earth So shouldn't it be like we should have the storm maybe like 3 or 4 days ago? This storm right now, as we speak, should be off into the fucking Atlantic Ocean right now, headed to, I don't know, Ireland or Portugal or Spain or something. What's directly across from New York? I think it's Portugal, okay? It should be halfway to Portugal right now. But yet, at a slow speed of 7 days, it'll be here tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow and parts of Friday, it'll be here. It takes approximately 7 days to come from California all the way over to New York, a storm, traversing across the country. You see, this is when you really need to explain it to somebody, and you get the mathematics on this, and you figure out where exactly we should be, in 3 days with the spin of the Earth, and where this storm actually should be. I believe my calculations are correct, was saying it should be halfway through the Atlantic Ocean right now. All right, halfway over to Portugal, maybe even more than that. All right, as a matter of fact, California should only have the storm for, I don't know, maybe a few hours at best. There it goes. Now it's in Nevada. Okay, now it's, see, this is what I'm talking about. But yet people don't understand it because they don't look at it that way. Okay, they look at it as a flat, what they're presented. Okay, this is what you're presented. Through the Weatherman. Hey, Weatherman, it's Chris back again for some fun and questions. Yeah, we've got some more questions for you, Weatherman, or Weatherwoman, or whoever it may be nowadays. We have some questions. You see, now the local station still has a flat map with the Earth not moving at all, because it doesn't. We're stationary, with the storm just going along, doing its own thing, and coming towards you like a sitting duck. Okay, that's what people are presented. All right, so they upgraded it. I think in probably the later half of 2022, they upgraded it where the Weather Channel, it's even worse than fucking NASA. I didn't know America was half the size of the world. That's great. That's wonderful. Woo! Wow, they just increased the size. That means the property must be a hell of a lot cheaper if you're taking a picture of the Earth revolving and America taking up the whole side of it. Thanks, NASA. Thanks, Weather Channel. So that's what they're doing now. So they're actually showing, the spinning of Earth, but they're just showing actually, no, I'm sorry. They're not even showing the spinning. That goes with something else I'm going to get into in a minute. They're actually just showing the curve, okay? So they're curving it, and it looks so irrational. It doesn't even look, it gives me a headache when I'm looking at it. And they're showing the storm come in, and of course, once again, it's stationary, but they've got all the continents all fucked up, it's just great. It's just like the NASA pictures, one picture, it's small, and another one, it takes up the whole thing. Africa takes up the whole side of the world, apparently. That's a shocker. So anyway, I'm trying to explain this without laughing, because it's just ridiculous that people still buy this shit. So the Weatherman is now looking at a flat map, because that's what everybody's presented, and they're showing the storm go through. Okay, I've already covered that. I realize that. So now what I would like them to try to do, okay, it shouldn't be very difficult. We've got a lot of the technology out there. We've got supercomputers that make all this shit. It's unbelievable. I would like them to get the spin going, actually should be this way, going with the movement of the continents going to, and also the storms moving in. I don't know if they can do that. I doubt it. They don't have enough technology to do that, to make it move at the same time with the storm, and then it hits New York, and then they'll put the day when it's going to hit up there. We're predicting 7 days. Because I know some mathematician out there is going to figure this out. It's like, wait a minute, that's totally fucking wrong. Just like the stars. If the constellations are in the wrong place when I'm at the moon, somebody is going to figure that out. So let's just get rid of the stars. Let's just get rid of the spinach of the space, of the world. Just get rid of it. We don't want to see it. Fuck it. The storm's coming in. This is what you're seeing. This is what you get. This is what you have. And that's all. Foolish people. Foolish people. They look at everything. We look at everything in a different eye. They look at everything in a trained eye. Okay? That's the problem with the people. And all we got to do is we got to wake people up. 1 billion, 2 billion people is what we need to wake up, guys. All the flat earthers out there, we need 2 billion people out there woken up. And that'll be the tipping point. That'll be the end to the fake bullshit NASA. That'll be the end of bullets saying NASA just picked up on satellite, dead satellite that's hurtling through space and about to hit the atmosphere for 38 years. None of the nonsense anymore. None of the nonsense through Hollywood of satanic rituals and bullshit. None of the nonsense through the politicians who are nothing there but to take your fucking money because they're all career politicians and never worked a day in their fucking life. No more bullshit with sports. Okay? None of this. Once the 2 billion people wake up and the tipping point's there, it's done. It's the end. You're finished looking at bullshit through NASA and through all the other places and being so fucking trained and not having an eye to look at things and say, hey, look, there's something wrong here. There's definitely something wrong. I mean, this has been presented to you ever since day one with the Weather Channel. I mean, really, you know, it's been presented to you day one with Hollywood. Well, not Hollywood is weird. I can get into that's a whole different video. But let me just do, you know, like a quick summary of Hollywood. Hollywood at one point, I think, was kind of real. You know, back in the 20s, 30s, and the 40s. You know, once they figured out that the Earth is flat, they figured out a vehicle that they can now put bullshit and propaganda on, all right, and make it really bad. So the Hollywood actors back in the 20s and 30s, and forget about inflation and forget about that bullshit. I don't care. You know, it made $10 a movie. You know, now they're making $10, $15 million a movie. Maybe even more than that, depending on how famous you are. Okay, there's something the matter with that picture. Why? Okay? Football players. Somebody just got signed up for $380 million contract. What? For running around a field with a football. No. For propaganda. For lies. For bullshit. Things to keep you confused. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.